Andrew here, just here to do a quick liquid review for you. A while back ago I was contacted by Danny in the vapestore.co.uk and he kindly offered to send me some e-liquid from his from the range that he sells. And the one that he sent to me, which I was very interested to try, was called Vermillion River, which I think is a great name anyway. Now, Vermillion River is a range of liquids that comes from the US. It seems to be very, very well received over there and very well regarded. And so I got this from him a while back ago, and apologies Danny, it took me a while to get around to actually doing this review. But anyway, I have 4 liquids here. All of them are the same strength, they're all 20 milligram, and the 4 that I have are Fruit Stripe Illusion, this one here, 20 milligram. Then I've also got Melon Burst, this one here. Third up, I've got Kentucky Applewood, which is a tobacco flavoured one. And then fourth up, I've got Kentucky Cherrywood, this one here. Now, in each case, I always go on about bottles and stuff, and the bottles are absolutely fine. They're nice and squidgy. Difference in bottle between a couple of them. Looking at it from what happens in the States, it seems as though you can get both plastic bottles and glass bottles as well. And I think with bigger bottles you can actually get the drippers in as well. But these are the ones that I was sent anyhow, and it's got the warnings on it, it's got all of the details in relation to it. All of these ones seem to be 70 PG, 30 VG, and then they're childproof tops as well. And all of these are 10ml bottles, just sample bottles that I got. So they're all available from the vapestore.co.uk. So you can go there and have a look. There's a much bigger range of flavours there as well. So let's get started into the first one. Now, as ever, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do all of these as I do all my liquids, just using a twist battery and also using an LR Bogue, which usually come in around 2.2, something like that. So I normally have this set at about 4.2. So that's what we're going to go with. And as ever, as my little palate cleanser in between, I have a cup of good old Lion's tea, which is gorgeous. Okay, so first one up is Fruit Stripe Illusion. Now, just having a look and seeing what they're actually saying here about it. The amazing, ever-changing taste of an old classic, fruit stripe gum. You get the illusion of a different fruit with each vape. Okay, well, let's see what this is like. As I said, it's 20 milligram, which is stronger than I would normally vape, and in an LR Bogue at 4.2 on a twist. First of all, fruit stripe gum, I've never had it before. I've no idea what it's like. The only sort of fruity gum that I know is Juicy Fruit, which is a Wrigley's one, and it's not quite like Juicy Fruit. But the one area of sort of similarity is that it's a blend of fruits. That's really what's happening in here. And funny enough, this illusion about a different flavour, you know, a different fruit each time you vape, it kind of seems to be, you know. The first time I tried it, it was very much, well, what I was getting off it was lime, you know, the sort of the citrusy end of the sort of the fruit spectrum, if you like. It still is, actually, but you are getting other things, but it's kind of difficult to sort of pick out any individual fruit within it. It's like Juicy Fruit, or I'm sure it's like this Fruit Stripe that they have in the US. It's definitely very much a blend. Now, the gum part of it, because, you know, they're talking about it being gum. Gum has always got a sort of a gummy kind of a taste to it as well. And for me, it has that as well. You know, it's not like bubble gum. You get some of the flavors that are out there, and they're sort of very bubble gummy, and it's got that sort of. I don't particularly like them, frankly. This to me is a much cleaner flavor. So if they were to take the gum part out of it and just forget about saying that it was anything like gum, that it was just a sort of a mixed fruit vape, that for me describes it perfectly. It is a mixed fruit vape. And it's quite sweet on the way in. I mean, not over sweet, but yeah, all in all, I'd have to say really nice. It sort of surprised me, this one. Yeah, I'm sure anybody who's had this gum that they're talking about, the fruit stripe gum, I'm sure it's, well, I've read a couple of things about it, and it seems to be that people find it very similar. But for those who haven't, it's just a very nice fruit flavour, which is essentially a mixture of different fruits. And would it be an all-day vape for me? I think it probably would be. I think it really is nice. It's not sort of claggy or cloy. Just a very clean mixed fruit flavour. Throat hit. The throat hit is decent on it. I mean, for 20 milligrams, I'd kind of almost expect a little bit more, but it's decent on it. Now, the other thing in here with the camera and, you know, computers and lights and all the rest of it, it's fairly hot. So vapor-wise, I'm not sure what you can actually see coming out. But to me, there's plenty of vapor coming off it. So for number one, which is Fruit Stripe Illusions from Vermillion River, I would definitely give it a thumbs up. I think it's excellent. Right, the next one up is Melon Burst. And here we have it here, Melon Burst. This is, what sort of a colour? It's almost like, yeah, I suppose it's kind of what you'd expect for a melon. It's a kind of a very light, sort of pinky, browny, tanny kind of colour. And what do they say here? The refreshing taste of summer melons, honeydew and cantaloupe. Now, right from the outset, there's going to be a little bit of an issue here because I don't like melon. But sure, we'll give it a go. And as ever with these things, you know, just because I don't like a flavour doesn't necessarily mean that the liquid isn't any good. So we'll give it a go anyway. Fairly sweet on the way in, very melony. I would have to say, in comparison to some of the other melons that I've tried, this is a lot nicer. It's not my thing though, because I don't like melon. But just purely in terms of what's in there, the taste lingers longer than on the fruit stripe, but it's not a big fat melon flavour. You know, it's a little bit more, for my taste anyway, it's a bit more subtle. Now, whether it's honeydew or cantaloupe or watermelon or whatever, I mean, I don't know because I just don't eat melons, but now, I'd probably say, because on the odd occasion I've been forced to eat a honeydew melon at a function or whatever when there's nothing else to eat for a starter. So it tastes very much like that, I'd say. But you know what? I'd have to say, you know, for something I don't like, I like it a lot more than I thought that I'd like it. So I would say, for people who like melons, and let's face it, most people do, I'd say this is pretty good. It tastes like a quality liquid. It doesn't taste artificial in any way. You know, it does taste like you've got that sort of slightly sort of zingy freshness coming off it. So, you know, it's like an authentic melon taste, not like you know, one that you'd get in a melon sweet or something like that. So from that point of view, very good. Throat hit. Again, for a 20 milligram, it's not that, it doesn't really sort of hit you that hard. It's very much there, but I would imagine if you were to come down to a 12 milligram or whatever, you know, the throat hit wouldn't be that strong relative to others, because I've certainly had 20 milligram juices where the throat hit is considerably stronger than this. And again, vapor-wise, it seems to be pretty good. No problems there. Just looking just to see what the breakdown on this one is. Yeah, it's a 70 PG, 30 VG mix on this one as well. So, Melon Burst, as it's called. Would it be for me? No, because I don't like melon. Is it better than most of the other melons I've tried? It certainly seems to be, because now I haven't tried that many melon liquids, but any of the ones I have had, I really have been almost gawking trying them. Whereas this is it's a more subtle, it's a classier, it's you know, I would imagine that it's a more authentic melon than certainly any of the other ones that I've had. So all in all, yeah, not for me, but I'm sure some people who like melons would really like this one. And again, we are 70 PG, 30 VG, 2.5%, so this is 25 milligram. So this is somewhat stronger than the other ones, and it's Kentucky Applewood. Okay, so let's give this a go. Now again, you know, it's I'm not a great fan of apples, but let's see what happens. Wow. Now, what they say is Kentucky Applewood blend is our famous Kentucky premium blend with a hint of sweet apple blended to perfection. Now, I've never had their Kentucky premium blend, but I can get a little bit of apple on this, and it is the sweet apple. It's the sort of the red apple side of things. It's not like the sharp green apples. It's a sweeter kind of an apple flavour, but it's only a small amount on top of it. And if the main constituent on this, which it obviously is Kentucky Premium Blend, then I'd love to try some Kentucky Premium Blend, because this is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, really good. Again, the throat hit is a bit stronger on this, as you'd expect, because it's a little bit higher milligram on it. They say about the Kentucky Premium Blend that it's basically a tobacco blend, a tobacco flavour, but with hints of nuts and caramel in it. And you can taste that, you know, that really sort of comes through. Not so much the caramel, but for me, it's the nutty part that's coming through. And it's absolutely gorgeous. And me being an apple loather, I would have to say that the little bit of apple on top of it doesn't put me off at all. In fact, I think it's really quite nice. So, flavour, superb. Really, really superb, I'd have to say on this one. Throat hit is pretty good, and the vapour is pretty good on it as well. So would this be an all-day vape for me? I would say definitely. I think this is really, really good. And I'm going to have to get hold of some of this Kentucky Premium Blend, because you know, that's what this is built on, with just a little apple on top of it. But I'd love to try the other stuff on its own because it tastes really, really superb. Again, no artificial aspect to this. Very much a kind of a, you know, a full-on natural kind of flavour to it. And I think that that is one of the nicer liquids that I've tried recently. Really, really good. So our last one of the four is Kentucky Cherrywood. Now this is, we're back to 20 milligram on this, again 70 PG, 30 VG. And this one is, like the Applewood, is basically built on top of this Kentucky Premium Blend. Now let's see if I can see, have we got, just let me have a quick look here now. Kentucky Premium Blends, and let's go down to the Cherrywood, and what do they say about this? They say Kentucky Cherrywood Blend is our famous Kentucky Premium Blend combined with a hint of cherry. Okay, so just it's cherry on top this time rather than apple on top. So I would have to say, you know, before I have a go at this, some of the very, very worst liquids that I've ever tried are cherry. Now, I know lots of people like cherry, but for me, when a cherry goes wrong, a cherry goes seriously, seriously wrong. So let's see what this is like. Go again. Again, you can basically taste that, you know, the underlying taste is this premium blend. The Kentucky Premium Blend, very much there. And very, very gorgeous. And you can certainly get the cherry on top of it. But it's more kind of like a fresh cherry, you know, it's kind of a fresh, sweet cherry. It's not like a glacé cherry, you know, one of those horrible, you know, sort of candy-like ones. This is more like authentic, fresh cherry, if you like. But there's only a small hint of it. So it's the main underlying thing. The premium blend is the main thing that's going on there, and it's just this little hint on top of it, and I think it works really well. I mean, I'd have to say I love it, and throat hit wise, yeah, it's there. It doesn't kick as hard as some 20 milligram liquids that are out there, but very, very nice, very smooth, good vape profit, and gorgeous taste. So would this be an all-day vape for me? It would be. It's absolutely terrific, and I must say I would have to recommend it. I think it's gorgeous. So in conclusion, I'd just like to thank Danny in thevapestore.co.uk for sending me these samples. I think they have 21 different flavours on their site, thevapestore.co.uk. Put the address up wherever it goes up there. And on the basis of the four that I've tried, I would have to say that it's worth giving them a shot, because of the, as I said, just four is all I've tried, and they do seem to be very quality premium liquid. You know, there's no artificial aspect to them at all. They really do taste, the flavours are very, very fulsome and very natural sort of flavours. I really want to try their Kentucky Premium Blend. That's the base that they're sitting the Applewood and the Cherrywood on top of, because to me that just tastes absolutely fantastic now. One of the best tobacco flavours I've tried in a long time. I'd also say that, you know, with these four liquids, this is my first time trying them. I've had them for quite a while, but they've been sitting in a cupboard, so this is my first time trying them. And it's rarely that I try liquids where I like them, you know, so much so quickly, particularly in the case of those two, the Applewood and the Cherrywood. But then again, the fruit stripe is very nice as well, and for a sort of a mixed fruit, it is a very natural sort of tasting one, you know. I know it's meant to be based on a gum, and there's a slightly gummy element to it, but for me it's just a really nice mixed fruit vape. So that being the case, I would imagine that most of you know, the liquids that they're producing are going to be, if not all, are going to be to the same high standard. So the price, they sell them, the vapestore.co.uk seems to sell them just in 10ml bottles, and the cost is £4.99 sterling. So £4.99 is the price. And in my opinion, well worth a shot. So again, thanks very much to the vapestore.co.uk for sending them over to me. It's great to try them. It's always nice to try new juices that you've never tried before. And if you're looking for a new juice to try, then perhaps Vermillion River is a range that you should be looking at, because I think they're terrific. So that's all I can say. Catch you again soon. Thanks for watching, and cheers.